Hello everyone, welcome back to Run It Up. Run It Up number 23. Yes, that's right, number 23. We are here today playing a $25 heads up sit and go on ultimatepoker.com. Back to the heads up sit and goes, kind of like that would be a fun type of thing to do. I guess before we get started here too much, I should talk about where I am, because clearly we're not in Las Vegas anymore. I'm actually in San Francisco. I just finished a awesome charity event for Keels, Amphar, Life Ride, I think it's called. There's a motorcycle ride that started in Seattle, and they stop at different places along the coast, and just to raise AIDS awareness, and it's just generally like a really cool charity organization. And they asked me to do a poker event here, so I came into San Francisco today. I've been here just for like 7 hours now, and I'm actually going to drive to LA after this video is over, so my night has another 5 hours attached to it. So it's been a crazy busy day. Woke up early, flew out here, did the event all day, and then and now here we are. In this hand, I called the min raise pre-flop, and then checked, and actually I don't really know what I did, to be honest with you. Let's go back a little bit, because we can go back a little bit. Oh, I tried leading? That's weird. Let's go back again a little bit. That's it. Hit the rewind. 20 to 40. I must have tried leading out for whatever reason against this player, and he min raised and we called. Yeah, so as you can tell, we're not playing this live because I'm in California, obviously. Can't play Ultimate Poker unless you're within the borders of Nevada, so not playing it live, but I played this like 2 or 3 days ago. I recorded a couple sessions because I knew I would be gone for a while. So I've got different video ideas in mind. I check all turn, I think it's pretty standard, and then here on the river, I probably should just bet. I would like to see myself bet. I think checking is going to get checked back too often. I think betting makes more sense against the player who seems a little bit more on the stationy side from what I had seen so far in the sit and go. So we do bet and get called, so we shoop, yeah. We shoop that, scoop, and ship is shoop, apparently. So yeah, we ship that there. Raising queen 9 suited here on the button. Min raise seems fine. Not exactly the greatest of flops with the queen 9 of clubs, but we're going to start the bet, go from there, see if he sticks around after that. Nope, not this time. So yeah, I'm here in California. I'm going to be in California actually for a bunch of days, be in LA for a little bit, might go a couple other different places while I'm out here. I'm going to do like a little bit of a road trip, I think, for a couple of days at least, and see how that goes. So I'm excited about that. There's actually a couple of really big meetings happening in LA that I'm so excited about that if like any one of them happened, it would be so amazing, and I'm really excited about this. He opened here on a 3-bet pre-flop, which I don't really love, and I mean I could have just folded, but I thought he would fold to a 3-bet a lot, and once we see a flop, we have to c-bet, so I don't mind that, but I probably should have just either folded pre-flop. I didn't really want to call, which I think makes sense. Here on the ace turn, I believe I remember betting twice here because I kind of felt like the ace kind of made us, because I thought like maybe he has 10 or jack that would now fold. We also did turn a gut shot, so I thought we could bet twice here, risking 280 to win like 600 or something like that. I think it works often enough, and now that he called us twice, I'm just going to give up with the hand, I think. I mean, I don't necessarily like love this bluff by any means, but I thought it would work. If you really analyze every different decision that I made in this hand, 3-betting pre-flop has to be okay against a tighter type of player. Betting this flop has to be okay. Betting this turn has to be okay, and then giving up on the river I think is fine. Like every single decision I think is okay, even though they're all kind of close. I think it kind of makes sense. It kind of builds on each other, and it's kind of just like the only turn card that we're really betting that, you know, except for a queen, I guess. I guess we're betting a king and a 9 also, but so we make it 40. He makes a 60 here, so we're obviously going to just call. Too good of a price not to. 10-10-5 flop is pretty good for us against the min raise. I doubt too often that we're, you know, way behind against a min raise and a min bet. So I'm going to actually raise it up here. I think if he has us beat, we'll find out right now. Not that I want to find that out, but I think it's more just like against a 20 chip bet into like, you know, 150 or 140, whatever it was. I think I read that as kind of a check and kind of weakness, and I kind of want to just put more money in with the best hand right then and there. So if he had bet called, I would have felt pretty good about our hand, but he just folded. King 5, going to just check it out. Let's see 3 dealer. Not exactly. Oops, sorry. Not exactly the best three cards that I could ever ask for. Gonna just check fold, I think. Even me, I'll even check fold the King 5 there. That's it. So yeah, I'll be in California for a couple days. I'm gonna mention it again at the end of the video, but tomorrow, Monday, tonight at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to be answering all your questions on Flop Turn River. That's an Ask Me Anything. I would love to see you guys there. Come hang out and ask me questions. I'm a little afraid of the variety of questions I'm going to be asked, so I'd have faith that my Team Run It Up fans will at least give me some good questions. So head on over to that. It's 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific, and hang out with me there for that. So yeah, Flop Turn River, if I didn't say that, that's happening there. There'll be a link in the description below in case you're interested. So my plan for the next, I looked at the lobby here just so we could make sure that I knew what it was. So yeah, gonna check here 9-6 offsuit. I think that seems fine. Flop bottom 2 pair, which is a pretty good hand in this Texas Hold'em game of ours. So we're gonna start with checking, and then my plan is to check and raise. Shockingly. So I'm going to check raise here. I think 100 is a good amount. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger against guys like this because he seems a little bit on the sticky side. So he does call very quickly. And we just rip the full house, which is a very interesting turn card for us. So I think I want to bet, and I'm going to bet a lot. I like 180. I think 200 is fine also. This guy probably isn't folding for 200 if he's going to call 180, so it's a little bit better to bet 200 if it doesn't really change what he calls with. But I think 180 is okay. It's just slightly worse. Deuce of clubs is kind of interesting. Like, I think there could be an argument made for checking and allowing him to bluff. Like, you should really pause the hand and like reevaluate it. And does he have more queens, or does he have more clubs, or does he have more like withdraws like 7-8 or Jack 10? If he has more Jack 10, 7-8s, then we should be checking, letting him bluff. If he has more clubs, we should be checking, letting him bet because he isn't going to check back a flush. And if he has queens, we should be betting on like hands like that, pocket 10s, pocket 8s, pocket 10s. I said 10s twice. If he has like a pocket pair type of thing, then we really should be betting against those two because those probably won't bet themselves. So in that spot, at the time, I evaluated him to have more of like the pair type of hands and less of the whiff to draws type hands. But I could have been wrong about that. That could have been a incorrect evaluation. So he limped here again. I checked in the big blind with Jack 9 offsuit. I decided to fire out 30. I thought it would work often enough that he would just fold, risking 30 to win 60. I mean, we have 2 overcards the second pair. Hand is decent, not fantastic by any means, but it's all right. I mean, like, you know, I know it's just Jack high, but, you know, we have a lot of equity against hands that call unless he has exactly a king, and all he did was limp pre-flop, so there's no reason to just assume he has a king. So I think our bet here works often enough. I decided to try to bluff here. Actually, I remember this hand. I thought I could bluff, and I thought I should overbet because I wanted him to fold a 5 or a deuce or like a 2, maybe even fold a 2 pair, but he owns us. He owns us with 7 deuce here. How can I forget that hand? That hand's unforgettable. I overbet bluffed, and he called with 7 deuce. I decided to write, at the time, commentary. Sorry, I won't touch the screen again. Didn't mean to do that. I decided to text commentary text commentary from past Jay Carver. I mean, I don't really know what to make of that hand. Like, I wouldn't have thought him ever capable of calling with 7 deuce there. So I like my bet given his hand, but I guess if he's calling any pair, we should not be doing that. But yeah, that felt a little silly, but we're still even. I like our spot against this player. I feel like our styles match up pretty well. So against a player like this who's a little bit more sticky, we're going to just kind of cut down on the silliness, play a little bit tighter in the big blind if he's raising, and just try to make hands and then just bet and try to charge him with those, like we did with the full house hand. It's actually kind of similar line to that. So my plan for this week, 7-8, we're going to be calling here for sure. I don't know why I'm taking even this long. Oops. This might be the most uncomfortable desk I've ever sat in, by the way. This is like one of those Guantanamo Bay chairs they have here in San Francisco. This is an awful chair. All right, so this is an interesting situation because he hasn't re-raised too much pre-flop, but you know, our hand is too good. I don't really want to just call and then make mistakes on the turn. So I thought about just raising and just, you know, raise getting it in. I thought raise getting it in is going to make him to fold better ace high or ace highs, some king highs, some better hands than us. Obviously, maybe he even folds a hand as good as like 2 8s once in a while. So I thought that by doing this, that we'd basically be shoving, that we're going to be risking, you know, effectively our. I think with it's a semi bluff effectively. So I think he folds often enough, and we have enough equity when we are called that works okay for us. So it did work there. Jack 6 here in the big blind, certainly worth defending. Probably going to just check given the complete. decent flop for us. I probably should be checking here. I don't really love leading a hand like this, but I guess it's okay. I mean, I'm leading it for straight up value, but I think he would just min bet anyway. I think we probably should just taken a stab out of him and just checked and let him fire away at us, but not that time. I mean, it can't be, again, it can't be that bad to lead there. I like leading against players like this. I think that it's a good strategy to make money against guys like this that are a little bit on the tighter but very stationy side, to just bet with your good hand. So I wanted to try it at least, see what happened. I'm always a big proponent of trying things against opponents, especially in heads-up matches, because you don't know what they're weak in if you don't test them. So like this, we haven't seen him do this before, where he's check min raise. We actually might have seen him do this a couple times before, actually. I decided just to fold here. I just thought he was check min raising with too many hands that had like us absolutely crushed. Like every once in a while we make a mistake and we fold to like ace-7, but I thought we were going to be correctly folding there way more often than not. It does suck because he min-raised, so we're getting a really good price. So if we're ever wrong, it's really, really sad. But I think it's fine in that situation to just let that one go. So this week of video is going to be a little bit weird because obviously I'm not in California and I don't have that many more episodes lined up like this for Run It Up. So I have some ideas for like cool content that I haven't done before on YouTube that I think you guys will like. But there's going to be like a video blog probably in there, just like a straight up video blog. I've got some like different cool stories. I think you guys will probably like that. And then a couple days of different stuff I have good ideas for. I don't want to even spoil it. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. And then when I get back to Vegas, I should have like a solid 2 weeks of like, for the first time since you guys have known me here on YouTube, for the first time I think I'll have 2 weeks to like just make videos and like just focus on trying to do the Run It Up challenge. It's pretty standard bet fold here. So I'm really excited about that because I think having a solid 2 weeks without anything else going on, and that's been not the case since in the last 2 or 3 weeks between the BMW thing and everything else that's happened. So I'll finally have like a solid 2 weeks of attention that I can put into the videos and stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. I remember this hand. I thought our hand was just like too good to check. I didn't really want to check call. I thought this was a great spot to pressure him, kind of like the 7-8 hand again. I thought we could check raise and he would fold a lot of his hands here. We have a gut shot, overcard, backdoor flush draw. So I made it 550, but I thought he was going to fold or shove to that all day, but he ends up just calling. And now I'm in like a really weird situation because I don't think he's ever folding and we have jack high. So I just give up. But against this player, it might have been better just to make it like 800 on the flop and not 550, given that calling is actually an option. And I actually think that there's a chance that this player would have folded for 800 but not for 500, which is not usually the case with most players, but I think it might have been the case in this instance. Let's see what past Jay Carver has to say about that. Yeah, I mean, or I made it smaller. Yeah, that would have been fine too. If I had made it like 4 1/4, then I could have just 4 1/4 and then just check folded. I lost a little bit less. But didn't do that. Didn't work out for us. So I made it 100. He made it 150. I think we have to call. We're not loving it, but we can't really fold the hand. Like we can't fold anything really. For anything we're raising with, we really shouldn't be folding for 50 more chips. So that includes this hand. And we're gonna just fold on this flop, I think. Speaking of BMW, that situation, in case you hadn't heard, which was basically them putting my boyfriend's life at risk by basically doing an entire change, somehow disabling or breaking somehow damaging the brakes so that the brakes didn't work after he had gotten only a tire change. And he was coming off the highway, put his foot on the brake, and the brake didn't work. But he managed to e-brake himself to victory there, which is extremely impressive. And I'm not one to be impressed by my boyfriend's driving too often. But in this case, he somehow managed to pull off the 60 miles per hour no shoulder e-braking. And I went back and forth with BMW for a while. I mean, longer than I ever thought I'd have to, given what happened. Just trying to make it right and make everything fair. They did eventually make it fair. They gave us a beautiful new BMW for a ridiculous steal of a price. It wasn't even a price. It was like basically our old car traded up for this new one. It was great. They did eventually take care of it. It just took a little bit longer than I would have liked for it to take. But eventually they did make it right. So can't be mad about that anymore. I mean, and here we just fold. I think we have to bet this flop. I don't think I bet turn. I think I just checked back turn and then gave up on the river. Pretty bad river for king high. Not that we probably weren't ahead at any point, but if we were ahead, we're very unlikely to be ahead on that river. 6-4 offsuit here. If he min raises, I think we can call this. I'm not like loving it, but we're getting a pretty good price, and I feel good about our chances post flop against this player. Excuse me. So I ended up calling. Flop bottom 2 pair, pretty good. Probably in the check raise. Don't see what else you can do here. Don't see why not. 50, even against 50, I'm probably just going to bomb it. I mean, it sucks because he folds here so often, you know, because so often he just has nothing and folds. But I don't really want to check call. I much prefer to just charge this guy because he's probably not folding a 6 or maybe not even a 4, and certainly not an ace. So he raises here. We're just going to get it in, obviously. I'm a little scared by his 350, but I'm not that scared. We have 2 pair. You know, what are we going to do? So we're going to need to hold, sweat an ace or a jack or a 9. Sweat that. So dodged that one right up. No, not a problem. A little more not a problem poker here. So yeah, we're back to even now against this player. Back to even. 3-9 offsuit here on the button. I think we can just fold this. I think maybe I open, but all right, nice. Discipline. That's what that was right there. That was some discipline right there. One of the things that I've had the most trouble getting used to doing these YouTube shows every day, and I've been loving doing them, like 99% of the episodes I've absolutely loved doing. And actually, even in this circumstance now where it's like very late and I still have to drive for 6 hours, like I still really enjoy doing the videos, especially when I'm like alone like this. It's great. There's no distractions. I'm able to just like concentrate on the videos. It's great, but I still have to figure out a little bit better of how to like coordinate my YouTube life around my life because I'm still busy enough that the 2 worlds collide sometimes, and neither one of them walks out too happy when I'm tilted at one thing and have to do another. I gotta get better at that, but you know, I think all in all, most of the videos I've been pretty happy with. You know, I've watched every video that I've put up. I watch it after I do it, and I'm usually pretty happy with it. You know, sometimes I feel like I could have done a better job of some things, and I really appreciate you guys giving me feedback because I think that, you know, I really want these videos to be as good as we can make them. We got to call for another 100 here, no choice, 100 to 500. We flop a 6 ball, which is certainly a good enough hand. But yeah, I just appreciate you guys giving me feedback and being patient with me because I know you know, there's a little bit of a learning curve, you know? I'm not used to doing anything. All right, we're going to sweat an ace, 3 club, a lot of sweats. Bink. All right, so we ship this $25 sit and go. I think we end up winning like 22 profit. Ultimate Poker, what did we win? 47.50 total. Nice. Good. So we won 22.50 here, so we're back up to like, we were down to 137, we won 22, so we're like 160 again, near our peak. When I get back, I'm going to put in a lot of sessions. I'm going to be streaming. I'm going to be putting in so many like good videos, just focused on making these videos the best I can make them. So I really appreciate everyone that's watched these videos and sent me messages and posted on, whether it's Reddit or Flop Turn River or wherever you've posted about them or messaged me. I really appreciate all that support. I'm going to be on the road for the next few days, like I said, so the videos will be a little bit different, but I hope you'll enjoy them nonetheless. I think that's about it. If you want to kind of stay in touch with me for the next few days, Twitter at Jason Somerville is by far the best way. Also Instagram, I'm J Carver Poker there. I only post cool pictures, so if you're interested in Instagram, follow me there too. And that's about it. So I'll be back with more tomorrow from LA. Yes, that's right. We'll be casting from LA for the next couple days. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be back with more soon. I'll see you guys, Husky Starcraft style. I will see you guys next time. No, I can't do it. Peace.